ourselves a story and we think that the story is the fact and we run with it, and that becomes our life journey. Now, to that point, I want to say something to everybody. And one of the myths is the people saying, my work speaks for itself. Hello, your work speaks for itself is a myth. Seriously.
Yeah.
Your work, you have to do the work. There's a contract. You're paid to do the work, and you're paid to do it to the best of your ability. That is the contract. That doesn't get you the promotion and the next level and all of those things that you think you are rightfully deserving to receive. That doesn't work that way. Work is work.
Mm.
You need to do the work. That's given. Now, in order for you, especially if you said junior leaders or anybody who is an individual contributor and wants to explore the leadership route, if you're happy with your individual contributor, that's totally fine. And there is a path in there too. But if you really are thinking of going to the leadership route, you need to start thinking about, how am I perceived? What's the perception of me? What are people talking about me when I'm not in the room? And you cannot,
Mm.
I can't tell you how many times I've said, I don't really want to play these games. I just want to do my job. I do a really good job. Listen, you do a really good job, you're paid for a good job. It doesn't mean that you will be promoted to the next level necessarily, or you're going to go up the ladder if that is your ambition. Not everybody has that ambition. I want to make it very clear. I always ask people, what is it that you really are trying to achieve? If it is a bigger impact is in the cards for you, let's see what is the path to that bigger impact. It
Mm.
all depends on what the people are after. But if you are really after a bigger impact, like leading a bigger team, those kind of things, you need to learn to play that game and remove some of those myths that you have told yourself maybe 20, 30, whatever number of years.
Yeah. Actually, I also believe that these are things that have been planted in our heads very early on in our childhood. Be nice, be low profile, don't bother people, don't be controversial, don't be things like that. And so we keep that in. I love that you bring that up. It is actually one of the things that keep us stuck, that Sally Helgeson so beautifully describes in her book, How Women Rise. It's an absolute delight to read that book. I gave workshops about it, and I was like
No?
listing all the things that we do in order not to move forward in a career. And I was asking, like, who is recognizing herself in at least three of these? And a lot of hands went up, but even if I went, who is recognizing herself in 10 of these, hands stayed up, because we do that. And
Mm.
we think we should, people should see what we do, people should see what we're worth, but people are not like on the watch of what you do and what you're worth. Everybody is in their own like microcosmos.